This week's parsha is the most important parsha in the entire Torah. You may ask, why is this week's parsha the most important in the entire Torah? Well, let me tell you. Parsha Shemini has the Mishkan and the Kohanim finally ready to go. We read about the start of the priestly service in the Mishkan. We read about the mysterious death of two of Aaron's sons, and we have a dispute between Aaron and Moshe. We get details of the kosher animals, fish, birds, and insects, and we learn about the risk of kosher cross-contamination. But none of that is why this is the most important parsha in the Torah. The reason this is the most important parsha is because it teaches us how to become holy. Let's jump ahead to the very end of the parsha, chapter 11, verse 44. For I am Hashem your God, you are to sanctify yourself, and you shall become holy, for I am holy. It's a very clumsy, almost circular sentence. Because I'm holy, you should be holy, then you'll be holy because I'm holy. Let's focus in on the middle part of that. Be holy, and then you shall become holy, in that order. What's going on here? The Talmud in Sota says a person should always occupy themselves with Torah and mitzvot, and even if they are insincere and driven by alternate motivations, they should do it anyway. Why? Because if you start by doing something for the wrong reason, you'll eventually come to do it for the right reason. This idea works both on the macro level and the micro level. On the macro level, the Talmud reminds us about Balak, the Moabite king who hires Balaam to curse the Israelites, which we'll read about in a few months. Balak brings 42 offerings as part of his evil plot against Israel. Bringing offerings to Hashem is good, but Balak was doing it for the wrong reasons. But in the merit of those 42 offerings, who descends out of Balak? Ruth, and eventually Shlomo, who brought offerings for the very genuine, very righteous reason when he dedicated the first temple. An evil king of an enemy nation doing something good for the wrong reasons eventually led to a righteous Israelite king doing those very same things for very right reasons. That's the macro level. It spans nations and it spans with centuries. But this also works on the micro level, the personal level. In modern language, we'd call this fake it until you make it. The pasuk we read earlier says, sanctify yourself and you shall become holy. It doesn't say become holy and then sanctify yourself. The order matters. It tells us to start by sanctifying ourselves. Don't worry if we aren't holy yet. Don't worry if you don't feel like you're ready yet. Just do it. Doing it is what will make you ready. Don't say I'm not holy yet. I'll go to shul when I'm holy. I'll keep kosher when I'm holy. I'll give more money to charity when I'm holy. I'll wear kippah when I'm holy. No, this parsha is saying it's the other way around. Find whatever motivation you need to start doing some of those things. Go to shul because you enjoy Kiddush Club. Give charity because you want others to see your name on the donor list. Let's be honest, those are not the best reasons for doing things, but doing them is a mitzvah anyway. The Talmud told us that if you start doing something for lesser reasons, you'll eventually come to do it for better reasons. When I was younger, I'm not so old now, but I feel like I'm old enough to be able to say when I was younger. I used to argue that a kippah should be your graduation cap. You only get to wear it once you've shown you're able to be a good Jew, keeping not just the commandments between man and God, but also the commandments between man and man. I didn't want to see a kippah-wearing Jew cheating in business or being rude to people. You need to earn the kippah. But I think I had it wrong. As they say, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. There's research out of Northwestern University that found when you give someone a white coat to wear and tell them it's a doctor's lab coat, their ability to pay attention goes way up. If you give someone that same coat but tell them it's a painter's coat, their ability to pay attention doesn't change, but their creativity goes up. The clothing you wear doesn't only impact what others think about you, it impacts your abilities themselves. Maybe the kippah isn't supposed to be the indication that you're someone who doesn't cheat in business and isn't rude to people, but really the other way around. One way to become the kind of person who doesn't cheat and isn't rude is to put on the kippah, and through putting it on, you'll transform yourself into the person you want to become. Perhaps that's what the parsha is saying. For I am am Hashem, your God. I have high expectations of you, and there's a piece of me inside of you. And I know you think it's going to be hard in this world, but you are to sanctify yourself, and you shall become holy. Carry yourself like you're holy, and it will become so, for I am holy. You aren't in this alone. You take the first step, and I'll be there right beside you to help you along the way. There it is, a playbook for how to become holy. Now it's on us to execute the play. That's one reason why this is the most important parsha in the entire Torah, but the other reason is that the most important piece of Torah is whatever piece of Torah you have in front of you right now. Shabbat Shalom and Am Yisroel Chai.